Hello and welcome back to ThreeFlowing. I'm always excited to do these things. I'm joined as always by my two co-hosts who are sitting right over there. I'll start with the guy on the end wearing the goofy shirt.
Oh, how's it going, guys? It's the Guru of Brazil here.
Good old Ethan Cundiff, right?
Yeah, Guru Kundi over here. So.
And then who's the guy next to him?
Hey, this is Daniel Cook. Glad to be here.
That's right. Well, today we also have a special guest, neighbor of mine. He needs no introduction, but we're going to have to give it to him anyway. Mr. Kevin Arthur.
Thank you for the invitation. And I guess you just want me to tell you about myself?
Yeah, let's start. So, growing up, you said you grew up in New Jersey. Let's start there.
Grew up in New Jersey, born 1949. You know, I was a war baby. And I'll start at the age of 5 because I think that's the first time I could really cognitively remember what was going on. A lot of stuff you hear about going on earlier, but do you really know it, or did somebody tell you about it?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, my father, he had 8 siblings, he had 12 siblings, 11, not including himself, but 8 brothers and 3 sisters. And we always had picnics in our backyard. They lived up in upstate New York, Vermont. We lived in Jersey.
That's like cheaper by the dozen, you know?
Yeah, and they'd come down. We'd have picnics. And anyway, my grandfather came out, and he said, I want you to meet this guy. And I did. And he was in the Civil War.
Wow.
And I did the math 100 times. Yeah, he was a flag boy or a bugle boy, one of those. And so anyway, it was an iconic type environment to have a family grow up. You know, we played kickball out in the street as kids, and we had a lot of kids in the neighborhood, and it was a lot of fun. And so grade school came and went, nothing too adventurous on that.
Right.
But we're getting to the adventurous part, right?
Pardon?
We're getting to the adventurous part, right?
Yeah.
Ethan, you rushing him?
Well,
No, I'm just
I
excited.
wouldn't say it's adventure, but in high school, you were really more into cars, to girls,
Oh, we know that, yeah.
and to just getting through life without getting caught.
I remember you said you had a motorcycle and you would be, I'm sure chasing girls, but you chasing the music, right?
Yeah. And but the thing with the motorcycle, couldn't transport too much stuff.
Fair
But
enough.
He had a lot of fun. I had a car, 53 Chevy Bel Air.
Ooh, it was nice. Love those.
That's
Hand
like a
paint.
pimp car, right?
I had paint. My junior year in high school, a guy and I sitting in the back of the class said, what are we going to do this summer? Got to make some money. We thought cutting lawns and all that. And we decided there's no money in that. So we decided to paint houses.
Wow.
The
Paint
exterior.
the whole house.
And there was a lot of money in that because you had to scrape them, do all sorts of stuff. Anyway, there was a pain in the neck, but we managed to make $500 a week, and back in 1967, that was pretty good money.
So I asked my dad a while back notable events that he remembered in his younger youth. What are some notable events that you remember? Like, for instance, in our generation, Daniel and Ethan, we don't really remember 9/11, but we were alive for it.
Yeah.
My dad remembered Kennedy being shot, and I know you most likely were around. Do you remember where you were when President Kennedy was shot?
Oh yeah, I was in the study hall of high school.
Really?
And
Okay.
somebody came in and said, John Kennedy's been shot. And I said, who the hell would want to kill John Kennedy? Because we had a John Kennedy in our high school. And I said, where do you hear this? In the gym. And then I saw at the gym. The guy was a nerd. He was exempt from a gym. Never played gym. And so I said, that's impossible. So anyway, lo and behold, yeah, Kennedy was killed.
Wow.
My senior year, that was my freshman year.
Okay.
And my senior year, some friends, what we like to do is just hang out. And we'd go into New York, drink, because you could drink at 16. Jersey was 21. New York was 18. And so,
You telling me you broke the law?
yes, I did. But the key is, in breaking the law, is don't get caught. So,
You heard it
Wise
first.
words. Wise
Yeah, for any
words.
kids watching this, I don't know if you want to take that advice or not.
We
it's
don't
up to you.
necessarily endorse the.
Yeah.
so one night we
It's up
didn't
to
go
you.
drinking or anything. Went to the gun club. I worked at a gun club for 8 years,
Okay.
skeet and trap. And so this one guy, he was from Texas. Steve Young was his name. And he knew all about guns.
Okay. Not the footballer.
No. And I said, he said, I wonder what it feels like to get shot with a blank. So he put a blank in the gun. And I said, who can I shoot? I said, you can shoot me. Yeah. Well, he didn't put a blank in the gun.
Are you serious?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. It was a
Wait, what kind of gun was this?
22 caliber,
Really?
long caliber,
Rifle?
Where did he shoot you?
right in the middle of the back.
Oh my gosh.
Missed my spine by 1/4 of an inch.
Ooh.
My heart by 1/4 of an inch.
What was he thinking?
I don't know.
He wasn't.
Went through my lung, liver, diaphragm, and I sat in that hospital for 2 straight weeks. One week in the intensive care, and 1 week.
When he shot you, what did you like feel it? Or would you like,
Wow.
you know?
I immediately hit the ground, ripped open my shirt to show where the bullet was. It did not come out the front.
Oh.
It lodged under my rib. Oh. And
Man. Is it like the worst pain you've ever felt?
it felt pretty miserable. But I was lying on the floor, and the ambulance was coming. The doctor's car had already been there. The police had been there. And they came down, and the doctor's car backed into the ambulance. Well, they had to fill out an incident report. So I'm lying on the floor. All I wanted was something to drink. And the officer came in, chalked me on the while I was on the ground. I said, I thought that was only when you were dead. And I thought, maybe I'm dead. But anyway,
Wow.
Man.
What scared me is he said, he's like, that wasn't the worst pain he's ever felt. I wonder what other.
So did he
Man.
get-
Sounds like you've been quite a lot.
Yeah.
And did
I
he
went-
get charged for anything, that guy, for messing up? Or
no,
No.
No?
no.
Accident.
I bet nowadays they would charge
Yeah,
you
I'm
for
sure
something.
they.
Did it destroy your relationship with him, or?
I never saw him again.
Really? Did he
Yeah.
like just get out of there after that? Or what?
I know. His family moved out of town.
Yeah, no, I can.
I can
for
imagine.
obvious reasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Man.
Wow. I couldn't imagine.
So
I mean, I'm glad it was only a 22. 'Cause
Yeah.
if it wasn't,
while
you probably wouldn't be
I'm
here.
lying on the bed in the hospital, I'm thinking all sorts of things. Is God going to help me with this?
Right.
What can I do to
Right.
move it along? And I said, I'll go to church every day for the rest of my life. Well, that didn't last long.
Yeah,
And it never does. The promises you break are important because, you can't keep them all.
yeah, there's a lot of things we
And,
commit, in life. that-
So So I recovered. That was my senior year, and I was on my way to college. And I went to the University of Dayton. It was a Catholic school.
Okay.
I went to a public school until then, and I wanted a little teaching in religion. And my only thing is, my freshman year, the theology class was taught by a Congregationalist. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. I thought this was a Catholic school. Anyhow, well,
Wait, what? There were congregation?
Congregationalists.
What's that?
That's a Protestant denomination.
Okay, thank you for
Yeah.
the clarification.
And so, anyway,
So,
I got through the 4 years of college, and
What'd you study?
I studied marketing.
Marketing. Okay.
okay.
And then got out of that and went to work for a lighting company. And it was Emerson Electric out of St. Louis. And they said, yeah, we'll put you on as a employee, and you can work for our rep in New York. And I worked there for 9 months, then went to Boston for 9 months. And while in Boston was a pretty good setup. I roomed with my roommate, my kindergarten friend of mine, who
Y'all
we
go
had
way back.
kept in touch.
Good.
In fact, he's coming here this summer.
Wow.
Wonderful.
And he, anyway,
That's cool.
I don't know where I was on that. But
Well, college?
while up there, it was great. Had 6 girls living right below us.
That's Ethan.
And it was a thing of beauty. And,
I bet.
I think
I
of
bet it
beauty.
was.
and
What year was that, by the way?
that was 1971.
71?
71.
I wish I was alive back then.
And then
Bro.
I'm just saying. I mean,
then
it was different, you know?
so they had a thing called the Institute. I'll think of the name. He was president of Harvard in 1890, and he believed everybody should go to school for the price of a bushel of wheat. So anyway, I got enrolled, and it was in Harvard.
Wow.
And I
Enrolled in Harvard.
enrolled in Harvard. And
What was the program?
I'd like to back up just a second on
Sure.
Sure.
that. When I got out of college, and I made real good money in the painting business. I had $500 bills. It was great. And so I bought a motorcycle, and I was going to tour North America because I thought there would be a lot to see. And 2 other guys came with me. One of them I knew pretty well because I went all through high school with him. And the other guy I didn't know. And we took off from Dayton, Ohio, heading to the 4 corners where Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, and Arizona all meet. And went there, went on down to Mexico, went to Ensenada, Mexico, took the Coast Road, Route 1, from there all the way up to Vancouver, Canada. And one stop, well, several things. You get to a place like L.A., where the hell are you going to stay? Yeah.
That's fair.
Hotel? Nah, too expensive. So, pitched up to UCLA, went to one of the frat houses and said, hey, how much would you charge us per night to stay here? Because it's the summertime. Nobody's staying there.
Right. Smart
So,
thinking.
and the guy said, $1 a night.
Really?
Yeah. So they had a swimming pool. It was like,
Quick, Daniel, check the flights.
yeah. And then,
Yeah. Summertime in LA.
That's right.
Yeah.
anyway, carried up north, went up to Vancouver, stayed in Stanley Park in the middle of Vancouver, just pitching tents. And those days, the parks were open for camping.
I'm a little shell shocked. Sorry from the last story. My bad. But that's good
don't
for
know-
you.
I don't know what you're
Keep
talking
keeping
about.
ahead.
That's-
Keeping
I
ahead.
don't
That's
know.
good. That's good. Good
Yeah.
information.
What are you
Yeah.
talking? I mean,
Yeah.
he's just been riding motorcycles.
And then I went across. Oh, one of the guys dropped out in Oregon, one of the 3 riders.
Oh, really?
And then the other guy and I, we went across Canada until Ontario, and he bailed out.
So this was after Harvard?
No, this is before.
Okay, because I
okay.
know you said you went back, and
You
I was
backtrack,
wondering,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
then there's so
backtrack.
much going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about a full
And-
life.
And
So this is while you're in college at Dayton,
yeah,
Catholic-
after Dayton.
after Dayton?
After I
Dayton.
graduated.
And how many years did you go there?
4.
Total 4 years.
Yeah.
And so you're riding around motorcycles, and
Yeah.
then Harvard comes after, right? So
Yes.
Okay.
And what
And-
led
So,
to that?
yeah. How do we get from motorcycles to Harvard?
Yeah.
Well,
You hopped on your motorcycle. You drove up to Boston. That's how you got there.
now when this was because you went to college in what year? 70.
I started in 1969, graduated in 70. No, I got that wrong. I graduated from high school in 67.
Okay.
Started college in 1967.
Okay.
And then went through 2 years there, and then we had a house off campus,
Oh,
and
okay.
there'd be 6 of us in this derelict house, but it worked. And so
So with you driving across North America, was it around the time of Woodstock by chance?
it was before,
Before. Okay.
yeah. But Easy Rider had already, I don't know what year Easy Rider came out, but
Interesting.
yeah, had a good time. And then Harvard, got into Harvard, dropped out. I took astrophysics, Eastern European economics, and New England geography.
That's
Wow.
interesting. Those are your courses.
Yeah, different
Yeah.
pieces, different things to learn.
I'd like to take stuff that I was interested in
Yeah.
Fair
instead
enough.
of core courses that bored
Makes
me.
sense.
And so I dropped out
Okay.
and got on my motorcycle and headed up to Newfoundland. Got to Newfoundland, rode around there, came back to Jersey, worked, painted for a little bit just to get some money, and then Ward Jagels and I, my buddy, painting, we decided we were going to go to South America, and somebody gave us some good information. They said, "Nah, you want to skip Central America. By the time you get to South America, you'll be exhausted." So we went to Miami, Florida, hopped on Aero Columbia, and rode down to Barranquilla, Colombia, and then took the Magdalena River on a train up to Bogota, which that doesn't exist anymore, but it was a beautiful ride. And there, just met all sorts of different people, take us to their houses, and we'd go down to Ecuador, and one of our objectives, was to climb the highest mountains in South America. So the first mountain we picked on was Mount Cotopaxi, and Mount Cotopaxi was 19,500 feet. And
Dang.
I did the best I could, and I think I came off 50 feet short of the top.
Really?
What happened? Yeah,
What happened
it's
before-
50 feet
50
more.
feet?
Yeah.
Come on.
Couldn't do it.
What do you mean?
I mean, every breath I took, I'd hallucinate.
Oh, the air was so thin. Okay.
Really?
Couldn't do it.
So
And then,
you didn't have oxygen mask? or
no,
anything?
nothing.
Should have had some Ovaltine with
That's
you.
pretty. Yeah.
Apparently.
But the way I
With the trip?
justify it is, I went as far as I could,
Well,
and I found out where that was.
Yeah, you
Good.
pushed your limit.
yeah,
Right.
that, that's
cool.
what counts.
So what
know-
made you want to climb the mountain in the first place? You just wanted to see if you could do it? Just like,
Yeah,
hey, why not?
it's romantic, and
Oh, you took a lady there with you?
no,
No?
but it's kind of like sitting in an armchair reading a story, and you kind of drift away into the character.
That makes sense. Okay.
And
So where do you get your adventurous soul from?
Yeah,
I'm curious
what makes you
about.
so
I don't know.
passionate about this?
Growing up in New Jersey, the furthest we went away as a family was 52 miles to the Delaware River. We had a little camp. It was canvas over a tree, and we had a lot of fun up there.
So you just figured there was more in the world that you wanted to
Yeah,
see.
Yeah.
and my brothers and sisters, they didn't want to do any of that.
That's kind of how I felt, Before I went down to Brazil, I had the same feeling. I was just like, I'm just kept
So-
up here and everything. What am I doing? I got to get out.
Big world out there.
Experience.
Out to sea.
So from there, anyway, back to I'm in South America,
Right?
and going from Colombia to Ecuador, first night at a hotel. Oh, the Colombian border guard wanted to sell us all these drugs, pot, hashish,
Classic.
Yeah, corruption like that. The police is common down there.
and just so they could bust us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they try to do
And
that with gringos.
our room was raided, and we didn't buy anything there, knowing it was a setup, but thinking that we might have other. So, anyway, they never got anything, and we went through Ecuador. The next mountain we climbed was Mount Chimborazo, and that is 21,000,
How far did you get up on this one?
probably 20,000,
Wow.
and without oxygen.
It's amazing.
The way I'm built, you lie down in the snow, and you just see stars every time your heart beats,
Oh,
and so
I don't like that. I don't like
Yeah,
that image
no.
at all.
I don't like that. That's
And
too close to
Mount-
death. I
Dangerous.
don't think I'd go that far.
Mount
personally.
Chimborazo is the furthest distance from the center of the earth.
Okay.
Really?
Mount
It's not Everest?
Everest is not. It's the furthest from. It's the furthest from the sea level,
Right.
but not the furthest from the center of the earth, because the earth is shaped like a pear, and it kind of squishes out at the
Interesting.
at the equator, and so it was hard to
So you're saying the Earth is kind of thick, right?
yeah.
I mean, the
So,
Earth be kind of thick.
Got there. Anyway,
Yeah.
I decided mountain climbing was not my thing. Now, my friend, it was. He could climb any mountain. But anyway, we ended up saying, okay, now let's canoe down the Amazon.
Oh,
Logical
That
next
sounds
step
fun.
for sure.
Rough.
so where did you start for doing that? Like what country?
In Ecuador.
In Ecuador. You're still in
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
The Napa River.
Napa?
Napa.
Napa River.
Okay.
And it's it rained and rained, and when the sun came out, it was like a day like today, but humid and everything. Just terrible. It was just disgusting adventure. But we stuck it out long enough to make it down a couple hundred miles.
Okay.
And then got out, took a bus back near Quito,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
and
Where's that at? Quito?
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Still Ecuador? Okay.
And then from there went on down to from there went on down to actually it was over
Ovaltine?
to Bolivia,
Oh, but okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
and then from there down into
Thought I heard Ovaltine for a
Ovaltine,
second. My
Bolivia.
bad.
Lovely place.
Whew, man, I got me
Then,
excited.
then I was down to Peru,
Peru.
and then made it to Machu Picchu.
Okay.
Oh,
yep,
very
yep,
cool.
yep.
Nobody there.
Why is that?
Don't know. Probably the year,
Interesting.
1971.
Now you said it's
Actually, I was
just packed
72 by then, and
out. 72.
so left there. Took the train from Machu Picchu to Puno, Peru, then down to Lake Titicaca, and met a guy. He was out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was too, and we got together. And he was, his father owned the largest tobacco plantation in Brazil.
Wow.
That's a big deal. And his name was Rank. You know the name J. Arthur Rank. They made the first James Bond movies.
Oh.
And
Wow.
he, anyway, he was pretty well known. And anyway, they ended up buying Strand, Century lighting, and lighting for TV, movies, and all that stuff.
So,
And so, anyway, the reason, and I stayed one night at his house in Rio.
Real.
In the meantime, I just, when the train went, it went from up into the mountains of Peru and then into, then we made it across the desert to northern Chile, Antofagasta, Chile. And these guys they were the military, and there were 4 of us on the train. I was the only American, and not on the whole train, but they picked on us, and they told us to get off, follow them. We went to a prison, and we were met with guns. They interrogated us. Then they said, "Okay, you can go." We thought we had to pass. And then probably 10 minutes later, a police car pulls up. Every day as modern as the ones were here. And the next thing we know, paddy wagon comes down the street, puts all 4 of us in it, takes us to police station where we were interrogated, and we were asked to go out in the courtyard, put all our packs in front of us, and just stand there. And which we did. Next thing we know, 8 guys in machine guns come out the other side. And I thought this was it. So my first out-of-body experience was seeing these guys shoot us. But of course we didn't get shot. But out of body, you'd look down at whatever was going on.
You saw that.
Wow.
Really?
And if they were to fire, you wouldn't feel it because you weren't there.
That's amazing.
So you saw
Really?
yourself
So
from
you're
above?
Up, yeah, so you're up above and looking down?
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
some serious guruification right there. I mean,
And
I
then,
didn't know you could do that.
Dude.
then the chief of police said, "All right, you guys, you're free to go."
So you think they were just trying to scare you?
Oh, scared the shit out of us.
So they lined up as if they were going to
Yeah.
shoot you?
No, they never said it. But
Okay.
the 3 guys were going back to Santiago, Chile, to Catholic University. Anybody associated with the university was a dissident.
So from Santiago, Chile, then where did you go?
Santiago, Chile, to where the wine country is in Argentina, and in a regular minibus. Met up with a guy that came on the back in the trunk of another truck, and the 2 of us hit it off. His father was head of the bank for Allende, and yeah, by the way, the 3 guys that were there, they probably were killed.
Really?
Because a lot of the movie Missing, and several movies were made. So anyway, met up with him, and we stayed at a coffee plantation in southern Brazil. I think it was near Antofagasta. No, not Antofagasta. Near Copiapó. And
Repeat that, sir.
Copiapó.
Copiapo? I have to check that out after. Also, I was going to ask, were you speaking Spanish with these people? Like, did you learn Spanish throughout this time? Or?
Well, lo and behold, they speak Portuguese in Brazil. But I was brilliant.
So you spoke
You should know
Portuguese?
that.
In my high school days, I took 4 years of Spanish.
Okay, you learned
I
Spanish.
took
Okay.
Spanish 1.
So you had some knowledge of.
Spanish 1 my freshman year.
Gotcha.
Spanish 1 my sophomore year. Spanish 2 my junior year. Spanish 2 my senior year.
She got it like drilled in to you
Right.
after
Well,
that much time.
I picked a college. I didn't have to take a foreign language.
Oh, okay.
So then back in Argentina. So after Argentina, did you go to any other countries? Because I
Yeah.
know you set sail from
From
Brazil.
Rio.
From Rio, yeah.
But they weren't ready to go yet.
And you're still single, right, throughout this time?
Still say, oh yeah.
Still sing. Okay.
And then, so I took a bus up to Montevideo,
Oh, okay.
Uruguay, up to all the way to Paraguay. Then I went over to
Uruguay.
over to Rio from there, and then this guy that I'd met, he said, "Okay, this is the Rio Yacht Club. People come from around the world, dreaming that they'll get on a boat and sail across the ocean." All he said was, "I can get you in there, but everything's up to you." So,
What does he mean by everything's up to you? Like,
to catch a boat.
okay. And that's that boat right there that we're looking at on the wall. Okay.
And,
Just for reference, guys,
so-
there's a picture on the wall of his boat. You can't see it, but that's okay.
yeah.
Very cool.
And
We're looking at it right now.
so anyway, I met this couple, husband and wife, and they were paid to take this boat back to South Africa. And it was a hand-built wooden boat, Colin Archer design, around 1909. And it was built in Johannesburg.
You better hope that thing holds together. Shoot.
Sure, guys, I'm getting emotional over here.
At least,
Touching.
I'm just such a child laughing at
At
stupid
least-
crap.
it was built in dry, high territory, launched in Durban, made it around to Cape Town. So I didn't ask too many questions because I didn't want to get kicked off.
Right.
And that night when we were having dinner, the guy said, if I asked you to change the jib, would you know how to do it? And I
Change the
said,
what?
the jib.
Jib, okay.
Yeah. I said, what's a jib? So, right from
You know
there.
what jib is?
What's
Something with a boat. I don't know.
yeah?
That's the main sail, isn't it?
That's the front sail
Okay.
where the wind is directly behind you.
Okay.
And so I said, no. I said, I'd never been on a ship that size. So I said, well, what happens if we get into trouble? Do we get on the radio and call a passing ship? Do we call the Coast Guard? And he turns to me and he says, what radio?
No radio.
No radio. Ended up that we had no lights.
Really?
Couldn't get the engine to turn over. And because it wasn't our boat, we didn't know all the nuances. And so that was that.
Wow.
We did get the BBC News so we could tell what time of day or night it was. And then we would use the sextant, which I have one over there on that case. And everything would be done by stars and the time of day,
Wow.
just like Columbus.
So you figured out how to navigate to the stores?
Not as well as he did, but I learned. And
And how long was this journey?
it took 39 days to travel 3,600 miles.
Wow.
So what does that do to somebody just being at sea that long?
How do you pass the time?
Like, what was that like?
You got
experience?
books or anything, or what?
Well, I was really smart before I left. I calculated from New York to Southampton, England, was 5 days. So I doubled it.
Right.
I bought a case of beer, thinking I'd cut back. And that lasted me 2.5 days.
And what'd you eat? What's on the dinner table?
Dinner table, anything we could catch,
Oh, fish. Bunch of fish.
which is Dorado, flying fish. And we had a lot of canned stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Like sardines and stuff like that.
Sardine, beef.
Okay. Canned beef.
We had
Get you some vegetables in there too, maybe.
we had veggies. We had eggs,
Okay.
fresh eggs.
So you ate pretty good?
Yeah.
It's not that
good.
bad.
And the way you keep eggs fresh is you can take the eggs, and you coat them on the outside with just regular butter or margarine,
I think I've heard of that.
and then
Yeah.
they last for weeks and weeks.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Wow.
So I guess going back to the entertainment or the lack thereof,
Yeah, books or
Books on board were all single-handed yachtsmen going around the world. And they all went crazy. And anyway, when I got off that boat, I went to the bar. And the guy said, "Oh, you just came off. You just made that trip," which he was kind of impressed. And
I mean, I'm impressed.
no, the ship we had was a catch. That means one mainsail and one mizzen sail.
Oh, okay. I was thinking pretty boat or something.
And it's 38 foot.
That's funny, Dan. I just caught that.
And for 3 people on board, basically 2 of us, she did the cooking. We had 9 days of storm. One storm lasted 6 days. 2 hours on, 2 hours off for 6 days.
That's
2 hours on, 2 hours off of steering, or
just watch, making
who's
sure.
ever on. Yeah.
switching off with the dude and the woman, or just the guy?
The most beautiful sight is the moon coming up in the middle of the ocean. Anyway, that was, and the mizzen, the main mast got stuck, and I was low man on the totem pole, so I had to go up in the bosun's chair and let it loose. But while I was up there, you tilt over, what looked like 90 degrees, but it was only 15 or 20. But it was enough to make you excited. And got through that, made it to Cape Town, went to the bar. The guy gave me a 6-pack of beer. I went to the shower. It was my first freshwater shower in 39 days. And stayed in the
You
shower.
must have smelled bad.
I had, no, actually, after about a couple days, you don't smell anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
Serious?
I guess the salt, something, I don't know.
I'm
probably
smelling
the
that.
sea
I'll
is
be
good
honest,
for
I
it.
need to put on some more deodorant right now.
And,
I'm not
So-
smelling very good.
I had 2.5 beers, couldn't
That beef tallow deodorant's kind of a scam.
couldn't
All right.
drink anymore. And next morning, got up. All I wanted to do was get drunk. So I walked into town and came across this little bar,
Right.
and it said Europeans only. The other one said non-European only.
Oh.
Well, I looked at it for a while, and I said, well, okay, European only. I've never been to Europe, so I thought I was non-European. Walked in there, must have been 40 guys. Black, Bantu, colored, Indian, all different races.
Right.
And the bartender said I couldn't be in there. I had to be over at the other place. So I left, went over, walked in, found out I was the only one there. Same bartender. He just goes between doors. And that's when I found out I was European.
So this was during apartheid, I imagine?
Yeah,
Okay.
bad. So I ended up getting a job with a lighting company. And they gave me a company car. I lived halfway between Johannesburg and Pretoria. So from there, the accommodations were pretty good. I could commute into work. And
Right.
so one night there was a party for this girl that was coming in from Ireland.
Oh, here we go.
And so I met her, and the girl that introduced her to me was real jealous because she liked me.
Oh,
But I didn't have anything for her.
I've been
but-
there before. It's kind of complicated, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so, anyway, we ended up dating, and she'd work. She was down there. She was engaged
Oh, she
to
was
an
engaged.
anesthesiologist.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
This is like the Titanic or something, isn't it?
Yeah, up in Dublin. And,
Is this not? Are you not Jack from the Titanic, pretty much?
pardon?
I think he's like that in Indiana Jones.
Like
and a lot of other things.
you watched the Titanic before?
No, I never saw that movie.
Okay, never mind.
I saw that. I know what the end is.
But it's a guy. He's like an artist. He's traveled everywhere, and then she's with this other guy, right, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So, anyway, we kind of hung out, did things,
You were on a boat.
and this is while I had the car. We decided we had Christmas off. They gave us 6 weeks vacation for Christmas.
That's pretty good. 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Shoot, those companies over there give you a lot of vacation, right?
British company.
Yeah.
They were
there you
very
go.
liberal. And so we ended up driving up to Victoria Falls, over to,
That's Zimbabwe and Zambia, right?
yeah,
Between.
Very cool.
and which in those days, Zimbabwe was Rhodesia.
Right.
And we'd,
Your wife's saying that, right?
and then over to Mozambique. And at the time, Mozambique
And
was
they-
going through a revolution.
And they speak Portuguese, right? In
Yeah,
Mozambique.
they were Portuguese.
Oh,
Man, you
Lusophone.
And,
got so many stories. You've been to. How many countries have you been to? But I don't want to.
80, 97. So.
Oh my
Fantastic.
god.
And then anyway, they were at war, and our vehicle was stopped by people with bazooka guns.
Oh my goodness.
And I figured I better stop, and we loaded the bazookas in our station wagon, and drove them to where they wanted to go.
Wow.
And
At least they didn't blow you up.
yeah, so we were on the Frelimo side, fighting the Portuguese.
Imagine a 22 going from a 22 to a giant bazooka rocket just blowing.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, but they were fighting. So this was against the Portuguese and the Mozambicanos, is what you call it, or Mozambicans. I'm not sure. Right. So they were colonized, correct?
They were what?
So Mozambique was colonized by the Portuguese, and they were essentially fighting for their independence at this
Yeah.
point, right? Okay.
It's their country. You know, the colonies, these European countries
The Portuguese,
screwed up so
they
many.
were the latest, or I guess, how do you say that? They were the last Europeans to give up some of their major colonies,
Pretty much so.
from what I understand. Because they gave up, I mean, shoot, what year is that?
This was 73.
73.
73.
There's another country, I can't remember it right now, but that they just kept for a while. I don't know if it's Cabo Verde, another African country, but they just held on to it until
Angola.
finally they had to.
Angola.
Angola, that's the
Yeah.
one? Okay, yeah.
So we,
They're prideful people. I think,
kind of
colonization-wise.
got out of there. Went down to Lorenzo Marx, which is now Maputo. That's the name of the city. And where all the rockets were being fired and gunshots. And we ended up, we could get 4 times our money,
Wow.
exchange rate. And there were 3 of us at the time. Well, we made fools out of ourselves. We ended up having $400 for $50 worth of, money. And we'd order lobster, get drunk, all that. And then the next morning, we'd read in the paper how everywhere in Lorenzo Marx there was shooting and killing, and
Wow.
we never saw it. But they
Wow.
have a tendency to dramatize the war, the fighting.
Who does?
I'm sure that
Everybody
The
does.
news, yeah.
I'm
the
sure that we
media, of
could go
course.
on forever, but I know your wife is calling you for dinner.
Well, I'm almost done.
Okay. Alrighty. I just don't want to get yelled at, you know.
Yeah, see,
I think another follow-up question I had too is I believe
witnessing a lot.
I think I heard that your wife was she in the as like a nun at some point?
No,
Is that
well,
true?
that's a good one. She was a surgical nurse.
Oh, okay.
And the way you call what you call surgical nurses in Britain and Ireland, South Africa are nuns.
So that's that's like we played telephone because apparently I heard she was a nun, and everything
Yeah.
locked away in a castle somewhere, and then you were Prince Charming, and you just stole her heart. But I guess that's not what happened.
But you were a nun if you were in a specific field in the operating room.
Okay.
So anyway, I
She was probably putting up more prayers
said,
or something. I don't know.
okay, a nun. I've never done it with a nun. I'm going to give it a shot. And anyway. So we ended up getting married. Well, from there, we met a couple in Africa that they wanted to go to India, and so did we. And we went up to Mombasa, Kenya, to take a boat over to Bombay, India.
Wow.
And
Shout out to all my Indians out there. I know you are watching.
and
We love you.
Gosh.
Love India. Yash. Some other people. Mo, thank you. Being such a kind people. All right.
they we went to New Delhi, asked what it would take to get married there, and they said, well, it's going to take you 3 weeks announcing your bands in the bulletin, and anyway, so on the 25th of May, no, May 5th,
Don't forget this. Mary, you didn't see that.
and we were
Mary.
married, and the best man and woman were the couple we met in Africa.
Really?
Man, you had so many friends just from so many
So
different
you were
places.
married in Bombay?
Right in New Delhi,
Oh, New Delhi.
Oh wow,
Okay,
Delhi.
how special is that?
that's amazing.
and we went to New Delhi only for one reason. In Bombay, we were robbed, and we had no immigration card, no immunization cards, so we had to go up there and to get it all fixed. So the couple that we had met. So anyway, the two of us got married. We then hitchhiked through. Well, we went up to Kashmir, beautiful area, and I got a lot of stories about that, but I won't go into it. Anyway, from there we went to Pakistan, Afghanistan,
Whoa.
Iran,
Oh,
Turkey.
Turkey.
Okay. And I don't know if you ever saw the movie Midnight Express,
Yeah. Okay.
but as a souvenir, I brought a big hunk of hashish back,
Uh huh.
Sheesh.
just as a,
Right. Right.
a token.
Sure.
What is hashish? Somebody clarify.
It's
Trying to remember.
it's like a it's like a dried liquid from heavy duty cannabis. Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Okay.
yeah, and
Okay. Yeah, that was really embarrassing of me, but
I wasn't going to explain it to you.
Huh?
She should be the cannabis expert.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
now
funny.
y'all know, I'm not like super.
came back, made it over to Eastern European countries,
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, Balkans and all that, right?
and then over to Italy, France.
And this was all within 6 weeks, right? Your 6-week vacation?
This is all within a year.
Your
You-
wife, your Miss
Little
Miss
over
Mary,
here.
your
we do
wife's
have
coming
a
in.
visitor here.
He's he keeps going.
Wife Mary, Mr. Arthur has joined the chat. She's
Mary,
here. So
I'm a little dry.
she's
I can't talk right.
Okay.
he's
Do
running
you
dry.
want to take a break? You want to continue this tomorrow?
No, I'm almost done.
You're almost done. Okay, good.
He's on.
Continue.
He's on.
I was like, I didn't want you to yell at Miss Mary. I was like, I'm.
Not yelling.
Okay.
It's his call. It's his call. He's
Okay,
a big
okay.
boy.
You just don't want to fall down on all those wires.
So
Yeah.
Anyway, 2 years later, we ended up having our first 2 babies and ourselves go to our official wedding.
and this was back in America,
Yeah,
New Jersey or where?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Okay.
And
Kentucky.
at
Kentucky.
the time, there was a
Fried
dispute going on as to who owns the Ohio River.
Okay.
So it was either Indiana or Kentucky.
Kentucky. I got some family
and
there. I'm pretty sure. Some
So
Cundiffs out there.
we
Cundies,
got
fellow
married
Cundies.
on a cabin cruiser, but we played it safe. We got off the cabin cruiser to be on Kentucky land, right under Interstate 65. 20 years later, we visit the couple in Australia, and they had 3 kids. We had 3 kids. It's like we've been buddies our whole lives. Everybody got along great. And then 25 years after we got married, we had an Indian priest at the Catholic church that we went to. And, nobody really talked to him much because he was hard to understand. But we took him out to dinner to an Indian restaurant. And I was saying, we got married by Father Pali. And he says, his first name, Augustine? We said, yes. To our surprise, they were roommates in seminary school.
Oh,
How's that for a
that's pretty cool.
And
Funny story.
anyway, that's the story in brief.
Yeah. So I got a question, if you don't mind. So,
Yeah.
what led you, like, really to travel around the whole world? Was it just something that you? I guess you already said you always wanted to just get out,
Life,
but
sitting in a hospital,
if we could expand
life,
on
I recognized that life was too short.
that. I see.
And
But
if,
you were also at Harvard and taking international studies.
yeah,
And that was your inspiration, then getting
that was,
shot.
that was, yeah.
Sometimes the worst things in life that happen to us are
Yeah.
And decided,
Catalyst.
inspiration.
Yeah.
So you got out of the classroom and you got the education of the world.
Right.
yeah.
I'd say it's very beautiful.
And, the other thing is, I learned more from the 10 people in my class than I did from the teacher or anything else. Because I was the only American, and I really didn't have much to contribute.
And did you tell them that we took our children all over the world to do the same thing?
Yeah,
Wow.
So
yeah.
that they could
We took them
experience-
to all the continents.
Yeah. So
Well, it's always a pleasure, living down the street from you. And I know I like to aggravate you by listening to music with you and seeing you, stopping you when you're on your stroll. But, you always got so many cool stories.
Yeah.
Words
there's
of
a lot.
wisdom.
I mean, there's so much.
And
I
then
think there's like a
Joe
summary.
Walsh in high school, he was a friend of one of the upper classmates. And
That's awesome.
he'd, anytime somebody would have, a weekend party or something, we'd get him to play. And he was just a fixture.
Wow. Joe Walsh of the Eagles. So,
Oh, Eagles.
Eagles.
What is that song? Take
Well, take it easy, yeah. Well, we appreciate you allowing us to come and do this. We love your stories. Maybe we'll have to do a part 2 and part 3, but
Definitely.
we
Yeah.
we appreciate it very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Thank you, Mr.
joining
Arthur.
us, and we really appreciate you. And
Well, thank you, Miss Mary, for letting us
You're
do it too. I know we're impeding on.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm surprised he keeps going. He keeps going. It's like a bunny wound up.
Yeah.
Nah, there's a lot that
There's an awful lot of.
Left
Certainly
out.
is. Thank you so much for joining us on ThreeFlowing, and you all have a fantastic rest of your day. God bless.